Alright, ladies and gentlemen, things are heating up here in South Italy as we pick up right where we left off at the end of the last episode. We have our two legions preparing for an assault against the settlement of TARAS, currently owned by Epirus. We're hoping to push the Epirotes out of Italy once and for all. Now, we need it to be a kind of swift, mildly reckless assault in order to prevent them reinforcing with their army that is across the Adriatic right now. It is just an army, I don't see a fleet nearby, so if they just become transports, it's going to take multiple turns to get across the Adriatic, so I think we'll have enough time for an early spring assault. It is, of course, the dead of winter right now. We are raiding, we are patrolling, we should have the range to get down there. But before we get to that, I did make one small, not a mistake, I forgot to move our spy Pompeia. Now, Pompeia is on a mission to kind of go and uncover many tribes in Iberia, both for lucrative trade partners, but also for sowing the seeds of basic relations to get some of these tribes on our side, so that when the inevitable adversary Carthage attacks us, they're going to be basically causing a bunch of problems for themselves, because all their neighbors are going to be saying, hey, you're attacking our trade partner, and we don't like that. And maybe we can turn some of them against them. That way it could be a death by 1,000 cuts. Of course, we are at war with Syracuse. We haven't seen them do anything yet, but they could easily just walk up and come across into the boot of Italy, so we got to be weary of that. That's another reason for a quick assault here. We need to kind of get the job done. Now, let's have a look around at the economy. We seem to be all good, so let's just end the turn.
A treaty between us would please the gods and give our enemies much to think about.
It's Massalia. So Massalia, a little Greek city-state up here at the south of Gaul. We're currently trading with them for a value of 63. So yeah, the trade value on all these different things are going to be quite low. But it's the relations that we want to maintain. No one's going to have our culture, right? Everyone's going to be a different culture, so we'll always have to deal with cultural aversion. To various degrees. The more different the culture, the worse the relations. Excuse me, so we are at neutral value right now. They are not liking the treaties with the Volcae that we have, which I didn't even really know we had. Oh yeah, we set up trade with them recently. Well, it's kind of good that they haven't just turned their backs on us and they want a little thing. Now, they want 200 gold. That's about 3 or 4 turns worth of trade. I'll say yes for now, just to keep them happy. I don't want them turning on me. Not that I think that would really happen for a while, but they could. You never know. So we'll just keep them happy, keep the Greeks happy. Could be a valuable ally against the tribes in the future, but ultimately, I want that territory. Alrighty, turn is ended. We can see that the Epirotes have begun to cross the Adriatic, but they're not quite there yet. So a faction rises, Arsacia, the Arasaka Corporation, deep in the east. So we don't have to worry about that. We have completed construction of the Vinter, a little vineyard kind of building here at Arretium. So that's ready to go. We're now making wine, a little extra money from agriculture and population growth. But an unhappy population resides down in Magna Graecia. I think that's actually improved based on what it was, but it's just letting me know that, you know, the next thing is taking effect. They're unhappy. So it's getting better. It was negative 16% tax rate. Now it's negative 8. They were outraged. Yeah, that's right. So they're getting better, and they're at plus 11 public order right now, although we are about to move some of our armies. Right, so let's not dilly-dally any further, and let's begin the... Actually, one thing here we could do is just click that little deployment, and we could check our culture conversion now. 2.8% with an influence of 28 overall. That's pretty good. Happy about that. All right. If we take this town, we can bump that up even further. So let's go. Our primus inter pares, Lucius Libo, has begun his siege. Now, we're going to bring up the other army to help us out a bit. We need it for this daring assault, this quick rush.
We cannot pass here.
Because ultimately the goal is to take this with as little casualties as possible so that if they make landfall, we can repel them easily. And the idea was to get here, if we were just sieging this place, and we were to build equipment and wait, not only will we take attrition, but they'll be able to get into that port no problem, because we're not blocking the sea, right? We're only blocking land. Now, as mentioned, this auto-resolve is just way out of whack. It's true that it's an easy enough battle to win. However, it doesn't take into account the fact that we've only got 2 ladders. So really, our assault is like gated by just 2 points of entry, which means all of these defensive units and archers and stuff are going to be able to do some serious damage to our unit. If I click that button and just auto-resolve, we'll take maybe 2 or 3% damage across all units, which isn't really reflective of how a battle like this would go. So I'm going to fight it out and just see how we do. But again, I'll try to use my best intuition where I think things are going to be fair or super easy. I don't want to fight boring battles, right? But I do think this will be an interesting one to see. So let's begin. Seneca the Younger in the loading screen there said, "The cause of fear is ignorance." Quite like that. Now, the weather conditions are dry. It looks nice, but I'm going to keep waiting, see if we can roll some bad weather. I'm not seeing many clouds, I got to be honest, but a little bit of fog, a little bit of rain, that would be perfect to mitigate the archer's flaming arrows. So all ships and missile units fire with reduced accuracy, so I'm going to go with the fog. I'd prefer rain, but you never know what you're going to get. We could get 2 more sunny spells in a row, so we'll just go with the fog, as ugly as it looks. At least then, some of the ladders might make it to the walls, perhaps. Right, so we have 2 ladders. They have their big city here, right? Well, it's not that big. It's actually quite a small settlement compared to how big they can get. And they have their port access and everything. Cool. Right, so I'm just going to go straight up and assault this section of the walls. It might be worthwhile to... Yeah, maybe if we can plug a ladder in on the left and one in on the right, just a little bit, that might work out well for us. Now, my thought process here is... We've got Astadi, we have Principes, they'll do well on the walls. The Roarii won't, but I don't mind them pushing up a little bit, soaking up a little bit of the damage from the missiles that come their way. So they're going to be a little bit of fodder just to get the ladders up there, and we'll shadow them with some Hastadi on the way. I want to get the angle matched as well, because it can take quite a while to turn a ladder to face where it needs to go. So just get it in line straight away. And that should make life just a little bit easier. Alright, something like that. Cool. Now, like I said, we're going to shadow them with 2 Hastadi. That Hastadi actually has a bit lower health, 81%, so it has only 162 men in the unit. So just do this instead. Get these 2 guys right there. And the next 2 then can go behind them. Cool. Now, cavalry. We'll leave the cavalry out on the left. They did have 2 boats in their army as part of the garrison, so they could come around and land behind us and like throw missiles or something, so just keep an eye out for them. They could also just land in the town, that's what I would do, and try to use them that way. But who knows what the AI is thinking.
Understood. Sons of Mars.
Alright. Cool, and our allies are going to be coming in from somewhere over here. Alright, well, let's begin. So I'll tell you to go right there, and you to go right there. That's interesting, we couldn't go to this part of the wall. There's too much stuff in the way, I guess. So a bit annoying. I'm just going to line up a bit better here. Right, are these guys in? They are. So our second army under Brutus is here, the Magna Graecia Legion. Just going to bring them up in line with this area. Let them walk. We're in no hurry. Alright, we're aligned, pretty much. Just waiting on some of those guys to get in position here. Just take your time. Just walk. It's not like there's any importance or speed necessary here. Just going to collapse that middle menu for a while because we don't necessarily need to see it, you know. What have they got on the walls, actually? I didn't check. So they have a Greek militia unit up here, actually. And then some Greek archers. That's kind of good for us, because they're not going to be firing out on me immediately. They're a little scattered there right now. Looks like they're reforming and trying to get stuff up that tower. So this is, you know, if you haven't played the game, it's basically a point of entry that you can get up and down off the walls, so are the towers. This next one is down over here then. So yeah, they're just kind of going in and out, I suppose, up here and reforming. The bigger population sizes and unit sizes in D.E.I. and Impera has a little bit of pathfinding issues on the walls. I mean, the game wasn't great at that anyway, but D.E.I. and Impera definitely makes it worse. But if you know what you're doing, you can kind of navigate around it. You just have to really take your time, wait for people to be lined up. Alright, we're taking the first hits. Fire arrows are coming in to our lovely Roarii. We can start moving these guys forward now. Weirdly, some of the units are just stuck at the back. Don't know what that's all about. But they're still moving, so that's all I care about, really. as these are the guys that are actually going to do the climbing first. And so far, no fire damage on the actual ladders themselves. They haven't fired their archers, which is bizarre. So basically, I did a little test campaign before deciding, you know what, yeah, I'm going to do a Let's Play. And I assaulted TARAS. I didn't do it anything like this. I only had one army, and it happened much later. I was just playing around. And when I did, it was walls of archers raining fire arrows on everything I had. But of course, once the camera's rolling, they can barely even line up. So I just want to, you know, somewhat say that we should see more interesting behavior as time goes on. I don't know why they're being so weird. Oh, by the way, I've just seen it. Sorry, I didn't mean to click those guys. They could just walk. They can walk. Just seen that the archers did make landfall. We're gonna slam into them. Saw them on the radar popping up. We'll check in on them in a second. Looks like they're about to fire on me, actually. Can you guys get off the walls? Can you climb down? Those guys might just be destined to die. I'll just move up with these guys. No, I missed it. I'm so sorry, but the charge has gone off. And they are completely bogged down. 58, 57, 56. We're going to run through the markets with these ones. Now, if we get too close to the walls, the towers will fire at us. That's weird. You normally see these things getting destroyed. But I'm not. Again, things are acting a bit weird. Alright. Oh, they did climb down. Nice. Good job. Right, so I'm just going to click to go up here. Nope. I want to click to go up here. And click to go up here. And they might take each other's ladders. It doesn't really matter. Just as long as they both choose to get up one by one, that's fine by me. Yeah, the ladders are at the walls. So I tell you what, you guys go over there. Let them climb first. I don't know why it's doing that as well. Again. Oh, you can fall back further. Again, I've done this many times. I know how to play the game. If you line up, you do one at a time, and you really tell them to go to their side, it usually works, but such is recording. Things don't always go the way they should. That's not a big deal. We're up and over anyway. I wanted two at the same time, but we'll just have to wait. Get these guys lined up. Tell them really to go over to the left, maybe, and that might help. Yeah, there we go. There we go. They're on their way now. Right, the other units are on their way. We'll just walk the rest of the way. It'll take a while for those ladders to be decluttered. So these are units of Hastati. 199. They're getting peppered by those towers all the time. That's probably going to be the thing that hurts them the most. The Greek citizens up here stand no match for anything. They're just farmers. The light phalanx militia might do okay, but they are spread thin in a line, and we're hitting them from two sides, so I think that'll be okay as well. We're kind of dividing and conquering. What else do we have? We got the two Principes that might make their way up then after the next group. So let them walk as well into position. Yeah, these guys are on their way. They're fine. Who are you guys? Routing units. Okay, that's okay. Looks so ridiculous, but we're piling over. Alright, one of the ladders is clear. Just get to about here, maybe.
As you command.
What are we up to? 192, so that's okay.
For glory. Romans, ready for duty.
These guys are really compressed in here. How are you doing? 200 out of 200. Wow. They're really bunched up. Doing alright though. Alright, next unit. You go way to the right. You go way to the left. There shouldn't be any confusion about which ladder to take then. Yeah, that's better. Come on. This guy. It's just a random Greek archer just standing there. Anybody want to move? Yes, no? Oh, he's giving some sort of order. Are we waiting for anyone at the back? And you're off. Okay, well, you just gotta trust that they'll figure it out. So we cleared on the right. That's great. Just keep pushing against them, actually, for now. These guys still haven't moved though yet.
Spearmen at the ready. Proud Romans all.
Now they're going. Okay, cool. I didn't give them any new order. Just a massive delay on that. But at least it works. Right, so these two guys are going to run up as well. They'll be the next over. Get the generals to stay out on the right. It looks like we might be able to open that gate, actually. So, make our way here. And then we'll walk over that way.
Jupiter gives us strength.
Yeah, let's start moving up now to go target those archers. Actually, just run up that wall. So, something in Dividend Impera, when you tell them to go along the wall, they'll run the other way first for like a few seconds and then correct and go the right way. It's just because of the size of the unit. They're trying to orientate the center point. Just a little quirk of the game, I guess. Damn, this is why you shouldn't give orders until they're all up and over, because some of them get a bit confused, but they'll get there. Alright, cavalry's almost ready. Next units are almost ready to go as well. We'll just continue walking with those guys now. So how's our Hastati doing? 181, 180, 200 and 200. So that's good. We haven't taken too many losses at all. Not bad.
Orders. Forward.
Just a Greek archer unit firing into us now, so we'll just slam into them. Should be fine. Oh my god, I just saw those fire tower arrows just obliterate a few of the units. They knocked them back as well, actually. They are thick. Yeah, it should be an easy fight there. That's no problem. And then these two guys have pretty much cleared what's going on here. Let's push along the left now a bit further. Push these guys, stay on the walls if you can. Some of them are just trying to run away. Alright, next unit up and over, please. There we go, they reacted a bit quicker. Alright, looking good. This unit's about to die and run away as well. There we go, done. So let's just go like this. Actually, one of you continue up that way. There's an archer unit over there. The other one, come down if you can. We just have Greek citizens down there. So yeah, just run up along that wall. We've got another buddy coming up right behind you now as well, the Principes. And that cavalry can now begin to walk up this way. I'm gonna start moving these guys up. They're kind of hanging back a bit much for my liking. There is some units being peppered in here, but just give them the move order. They should get going.
Sons of Mars. God.
It's just archers, you know? Just get in there. Alright, good. This is going pretty well.
Ready and waiting.
Alright, nice. You've engaged there. The other unit... Oh, we're actually on low morale. I don't know how that happened, because there's not one man dead in the unit, but I guess it's because there's some of them bunched down here. Keep going, keep going. Everyone just pile down.
Spear infantry, ready.
Alright, running along the wall, and I'm sending a unit down at the same time. Just try to tell them to engage then, I guess. Alright, we'll see how we get on with that. These are the last units that I planned. These are just running away, right? Yep. Alright, please keep going.
Hold position. Principes. Now. Spear infantry at your command.
Alright, looking good. Might just speed up time just a little bit, because there's not going to be much happening for a while. I don't want the whole episode just to be this one siege. Yep, they're making their move quite nicely. And we've taken the bottom down here, so that's okay. These guys just need to get further up there. Too many of them are hanging back, so I'm just going to give the move order just to kind of bring them up. I'm not trying to pull through, just trying to get them up together. There we go. Alright, we just have units running away down here. These guys are ready to come down now as well. Now we've got their... That's it. I think they've just broken. Easy as that. Didn't even have to fight the general unit. Alright, well, GG. Quite an easy and quick siege. And with the 2 ladders, because they didn't fire on me with the archers and they didn't use fire arrows, wasn't really a problem. I wonder actually if it's because of the bad weather that they didn't deploy the archers up here. Because in my little test game, you know, it was good weather and they did have like a whole wall of defenses. So that could be it. Here we go. Now, I'm kind of amazed. I really did think I would lose a lot more than that. Well, we definitely did better than the auto-resolve, and I didn't think we would. I thought for sure I would, like, lose a couple of units just going over the walls. I think moving the Roarii up first was a good idea. We only lost 97, and their entire army is gone. So we'll just occupy. I'm not going to do anything else to this place. Just occupy. You could, actually... I think just occupying, sacking it, conquest. You don't capture the settlement, so looting it means we do capture it. And they're quite unhappy. -12, conquest -40. Yeah, we'd have a rebellion. And I don't want to do that if there's going to be an army right there. So let's just occupy, try to avoid a rebellion if we can. Decimus Junius Brutus has leveled up, as has his legion. That's interesting because he was reinforcing.
We hunger for battle, Commander.
To Legia 2, Magna Graecia. Oh yeah, I'd meant to say Legia 1, Latium. I forgot to fix that. Okay, so they've got new traditions that they can have. So Garrison Auxilia, Engines of War, or Vanguard Legion. They'll be Vanguard. So that's kind of, you know, getting into the thick of it. Glory is one where the fighting is the thickest. So Vanguard Legion. We could also go for Garrison Auxiliary. So basically, this has now given us 3% melee attack for all infantry units. We can't get the next one until we're at level 4. And then it expands out, so now we can get these 3 things. So, accomplished skirmishers or inexorable conquerors, so extra morale in enemy territory, or 10% to the number of battle captives, so that can go really high eventually. Formidable fighters, so just increasing the melee attack skill, which is actually really important, but I kind of want to go with the melee defense skill, so a little bit of both. A little bit of both. Now we can still choose another one, wow. So, 3% campaign map movement range. Extra public order where you are. Morale for auxiliary and area of recruitment units. So we won't be recruiting that much with this. Nor will they be the keepers of the peace too much. They'll be quite aggressive, I think. So yeah, I would then say, alright, we'll now double back and go with the melee skill. So there we go. 3 little points. Now, this guy, this is the general who's leveled up. So similar to before, we'll go with the military logistician. He's got 4, 4, and 3. I'll give him some zeal. Even though he doesn't have that, but let's just buff up his zeal a bit and make him a formidable combatant. Or what else could we do down here, actually? What did we go with for Libo? Yeah, we did go down the purple chain. So just to differentiate it a bit, do something different, you know? So this is more for almost being like a little governor, so we'll leave that one. Strategist. More on the defensive side of things, and this would add to his cunning. Okay, yeah. 3% morale for all units during defensive battles. Attritional losses when besieging will be better. 1 siege holdout time. 1 cunning. So I'm just trying to see at the end. 50% morale for all units during night battles. That's so rare to have them. Enables night battles on land at sea. 50% chance of successfully launching an ambush. Battle rhythm ability. Alright, let's just go down the cunning chain and see how we get on. That's a 2% chance of wounding enemy units. Cooldown rate of all special abilities. Just to be a bit different. My heart tells me not really to go with it, but I don't normally choose this. That's why I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll try it. So, skill tactician. Alright, anyways. Sorry it took a while on that. Let's just patrol. We should be within range. Actually, just to make sure I'm in range. Just move up a little bit there.
Advance.
And we'll see what these guys do. If they're going to go for a direct assault, that's brave, but they very well may. Now, the city of TARAS itself has the wrong culture on these buildings. These are not my buildings, so we don't really get the full benefit. You get some benefit, but not all. Going to get rid of the muster field. We don't need it. Going to change this to just the public forum. We'll change this to our port, and we'll change this to a regular pacified capital. Now, pacified capital is just where we're going to start. Then you get an allied state, and then we can kind of choose how we want to specialize it a little bit. So for now, that's totally fine by me. Xentia has the Field of Mars. Yeah, that's okay too. Alright, so we spent a bunch of money doing that. We've only got 1,800. These guys are deployed, so that's all set. We can expand up here now. Well, I'm not entirely sure. I think I'll hold on to it and just expand Roma. And next turn we're going to get the slave trader, right? So we'd like to do that. Let's keep going with our spy. So there's the Sestani, who we found in the last turn, but we didn't deal with them yet. They are at war with the Aravasi and the Editani. Might leave them alone just for a little bit and see how that kind of plays out. Again, I feel like the others are stronger opponents than these guys, so they might survive. These guys might not survive.
On the road again.
Alright, we've deployed our agent just so that they're always leveling up. Now, we've got Roman... Oh yeah, we've just completed the... What's it called? Province. So now we can enact an edict. Romanization down here. Increasing conversion. Now it also will lower construction time, but I think it's only of new buildings, so not really going to see the effect of that. We're at -2 now for public order here, but the culture is still growing, so public order should get better long term, and we're about to finish a temple, so that's good. Alright. Not much else to do. Syracuse have not made a move yet. Let's end the turn. Alright, so the Epirotes have moved around the coastline somewhat. Iron tools. Oh yeah, we got our research. Nice, cool. Magna Graecia has been secured. Now that Rome is no longer at war in southern Italy, the uneasy peace between Carthage and Rome has become frayed. Should Rome seek to assert her influence into Sicily, Carthage will take that as a sign of war. Sorry. Anyway, so, mission issued, the art of war. The Senate lauds your efforts to advance Rome's military potential, but feels we would benefit from the further development of our art of war. Research of technology in the following category, management. It's not, so not war. 9 turns remaining and then we'll get call to arms. It says your military expertise is making recruitment across your domain more efficient. I'm not actually sure what that means. Maybe we can recruit more, but it doesn't actually say. Alright, so... management for technology. Oh, it is a military category. I'm sorry. How dare I say that? So we've got a few turns to do that. I was hoping to go down here. That's 4 and then 6. That'd be 10. Got 9 turns to get something here. It's only 3 turns to get that. Want to get this one... I guess not really. I wanted the cultural conversion one, so that's 10 turns away. Okay, just to do the mission, we'll get this first then. The barracks construction. Construction of specific buildings to handle military training allows for better troops. 10% ammunition for all missile units. What, globally or just recruited here? I'm not sure. Enables the recruitment of rank 1 champions. Oh yeah. And then we get the auxiliary camp. Nice, cool. Right, so the Epirotes have moved around the south of the coast. That's our zone of control here. This isn't. So we've got 13 units. How many do they have? 13. It's tempted to try and lay an ambush for them. Seeing as we just went with cunning, right? Virginius here. So we've got 60% ambush chance in the forest here. How much movement do we need to do that?
Ready for orders.
We can get there with still with 50%. And I'm confident we can defend if they attack the settlement. So let's try do an ambush.
Laying an ambush.
They'll never know. Do we get to see what his ambush chance is right now? I think it did say 60%, but I didn't actually check when we moved. We'll see. We'll see.
Ready for orders.
Yeah, either way, I think we'll be okay if they attack either army. It's just as they land and somehow move around, just go straight here. I don't know if they can move that much, though, after they land. That'd be very surprising. The distance from here to there and then down here, I think we're okay. Carthage are sniffing around as well. Unseasonal conditions in Latium, a warm summer. Is that a good thing? It is. Good public order. Replenishment rate for all units is increased. Agricultural wealth is increased. Alright. Now, we've got our Shrine of Mars. Tempting to push that up just to the next level straight away. 2,710 turns. It takes a long time. But our units get more experience. Do they? Actually, they don't. Not experience, but they get some other things. What about down here? We did get rid of this area. So, Beneventum is olives. The olive building is the same as here, I think. I think it's just agriculture, so we could make them an agricultural focused place, which means just getting another one of these. I was thinking if you wanted to get an industrial focused place, you go with the suburbia. These are sort of like the cities are like the modifiers of what the regions can do. So you can kind of play off of them that way. So I think I'll just go with the public forum, and then maybe later, I think we can get this, which gives us a 40% wealth from livestock, and then it says brackets agriculture. I think that just means 40% from agriculture overall, but I could be wrong. This one does say 200 wealth, oh sorry, 16% wealth from agriculture. It doesn't say anything in brackets, so I'm not really too sure. But you need horses to do this one, war horses as a resource. So yeah, I think I'll just go with this eventually and see how we do. So we'll just do another forum. That always generates a little bit of public order and entertainment anyway, so it's fine. We're about to build one as well. Yeah, okay then. So with that in mind, we will just upgrade this. And then I'll save all my money now to upgrade Roma. We're actually gaining population finally, which is good. We're losing it in the foreigner class, but we're gaining it in the other three, which is good for central Italy anyway, because we're not really going to be recruiting foreigners. We're going to be focusing on Romans. An outraged populace in Magna Graecia. Yeah, so we're at negative 15. We'll have to hop out.
On the move.
So they're at negative 5 now. They don't like us sitting in there. Understandably so. Their other army went back across the ocean. They're recruiting right now. I'm just trying to think. Sometimes what you can find the enemy will do is they'll siege this town and then just attack the army on its own because they're disconnected then. I think we're still okay. I don't know if I should patrol or not. I'm going to do it based on this information. This zone of control should stop them from moving if they land here, I think. Otherwise, they'll ambush me if they attack me, which is kind of crazy. If that happens, that's bullshit. But, you know, I'll accept it this one time. But that's my logic, right? It's like, well, in theory, you shouldn't be able to land and move once you land here because you're in the zone of control of the town. You have to attack the town. That's the rule. Them's the rules I have to play by. We'll see if the AI does. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. Edict has been issued. Construction report. So yeah, with the dignitaries and everything now, how much are we getting? We're getting 3.2% growth of Latin culture. So that's good. And look at the amount of foreigners. If you want to check out the population differences, sorry. There's 41,000 foreigner population here. 41,000. Because once you take a city like this, you know, the population aren't foreign anymore. Well, they're foreign to me until we lose them or convert them, sort of, over time. So that's kind of how that works. So there's very little patricians, plebs, or proletariat here. We would have to recruit Peregrini, the locals, if we want to do something here. So that's kind of how the population system plays into effect. So as we expand out, we actually just won't be able to get Romans until we convert. And you can't recruit them anyway as a rule until you get over 50% culture, even if the population is there. So yeah, it's quite an interesting system. Alright, let's continue to move down the coast. There's Ars.
Swift and silent.
And we can level her up as well. So she's strong with authority as well. You want them to be good at cunning generally. Extra line of sight and things like that, so I'll probably just go with both if I can. So that's extra authority, chance of critical success, and chance of evading. So yeah, bit of both. So 5 and 4 and 2. Alright, let's end the turn. Oh damn! I can't believe it, man. They did exactly what I said they shouldn't be able to do. They landed, they ignored the zone of control of the settlement, and they ambushed me. Right, so they basically ignored the zone of control of the city, they landed, and they went straight for the army, and they've caused an ambush. So we're at a heavy disadvantage now. So it's the only time I'm ever going to do this in the series, I promise, but I'm going to reload it, because this is not how it's supposed to work. I can't do that to them. And I don't mind AI cheats and stuff, but that's just like ignores the base rules of the game. You don't run through the zone of control. It might be different or a bug in the game because they're landing into the zone of control, like getting off a boat into a zone of control, and that's why they can move. I'm not sure. But we've seen this before, you know, it's a common thing in Rome 2 where it's like you're holding a mountain pass, and you have a zone of control, you see them just run behind you to get to a target that's behind you. It's like the AI knows that it can target the other enemy and it just ignores whatever it's running into. It's really silly. So I'm going to reload it, because if we reload it, we could just change their stance, and then there won't be an ambush. Alright, so just loaded back in. Basically just going to do this, and hit end turn. Alright, a peace has been negotiated between the Volcae and Massalia. Now, the Epirotes, they moved back towards their city over here, Apollonia. So I know it's really disappointing. I don't like to, ever reload in a campaign ever. It just kind of takes the wind out of your sails. But I think given this situation, it was like an experimental thing. We know the rules of the game. We know they're not supposed to be able to do it. So it was good just to test. But I won't ever do that again in future. If I'm not sure, we'll just always take the result as it comes, or just take the cautious approach where I'm going to assume they can break the rule. Because it's just, yeah, a bit silly. Now, the Syracusans are going to get up to a full 20 stack army pretty soon, right? In the next turn, because they are recruiting. I don't know if they're going to come for me or what's going to happen, but I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place now. I'm not really sure exactly what to do. We could try to get peace with Epirus and leave them over there, and then we can just be free to push down into Syracuse, maybe kick off the Punic War.
Greetings in the name of Hermes.
Doesn't look like they're willing,
Speak.
so I guess we'll leave that. Who's that, by the way? Koinon ton Aetolon. I've never heard of them before. It's normally Corinth, I thought, but maybe that's their, like, proper name. So yeah, so what could we do then? So we could combine up these armies to create one full army and then challenge someone like Syracuse by raiding them, draw them out. And that way we can maybe fight them and push for their town. Leave something behind to defend TARAS for what comes across. That sounds like the most reasonable thing to do, so probably do that. So we have Libo here, who's our general, who's going to be a bit more aggressive, I think. So we'll leave Brutus behind, and you can have the Sicilian levies hold the city. Now the city is under revamp, right? So we don't actually really have a garrison here yet. The garrison is at 94 out of 400, 47 out of 200, and so on and so forth, and it's going to be just very weak. So we'll do a little shifting around and make Libo's army a full stack. Alright, so just had a look at how I want to arrange these armies. We're going to take the cavalry, we're going to take one of the Samnite Hastati, the Petites Extraordinarii, and then all of the levies. So we'll do that. So now we've got a full 20 stack army here, Legio 1 Latium, and we're going to get moving. Now we'll patrol, of course, and this army can just patrol here for a while. I don't think they can reach... Oh my, they can. Well, we'll just stay here anyway. Ooh, actually, yeah, 7 versus 13. I may have made a little mistake already. What do we got here? We could be making Tarantine light hoplites. Yeah, I'm just really surprised they're able to make that much distance on transport ships. I guess it is summer. Or fall. Yeah. Okay, well, we've made our bed, we have to lie in it. We could get mercenaries. Italian Milites Mercenarii. Yeah. They could be kind of good. Why can't I see their stats? There we go. Not enough manpower available, actually, it says. Can't actually recruit them, because it requires plebs. These are coming from the Peregrini. Damn. Alright. Yeah, not enough manpower for those units. Alright, well, we'll start the recruitment process of some extra hoplites, and then we'll start getting some missiles again. So we have the Sicilian slingers. I'll just go with javelins again. So 4 units there. Let's see how we get on. That was a bit of a mistake on my part. You know, they might... I should have really checked their distance. I just assumed they couldn't do that. But they can. So we'll see. Because we're too far out now with this guy to move back. Can you do forced march? No. They've removed that. Alright. Let's see how we get on. I actually just need to move the general or the lady out here.
Service. Swift and silent. A shadow among shadows. There is more.
Alright. So we can see Carthage.
How can I be?
And we'll just deploy. Nothing else needs to change. We're gaining public order here. We're losing it in Rome just a little bit. Alright, 10 to turn.
A river of goods and coin between our lands would surely see all prosper. Will you agree to trade?
Yeah, so you're at war with the Editani. The Editani are down here. I just wish I knew who was stronger between these two groups. Is there a way to kind of tell that? I don't know. I guess we'll just go... They've offered me trade, so we'll go with them. So a moderate 1,500. That's fine by me. Maybe we could still get the Editani, but then being at war with each other now, the Editani are not going to like me as much. It's probably going to be a little bit more difficult. They'll both not like me if I do deals with both of them.
The spirits have noticed that our treasure stores are wanting.
Oh.
Can you help with this small matter?
So the Volcae, who I am trading with, have actually become a client state of Massalia. And they want non-aggression with me. Well, we've got non-aggression with their parent. I'm not paying for it, though. No way. You can have non-aggression for free. No.
Will you not give?
Well, that's fine by me, then. It's strange that a client state can't dictate that for them. Now, it looks like the Epirotes have just made landfall, and they're recruiting. Haha, interesting. Right, so they've got their own plan, I guess. Alright, so this will have to be the last turn then, so we'll just quickly have a look over things. We can see the Syracusans have actually set up a second army now. So I do think I'm going to stick to my plan. We're going to start moving south and beginning a raid on northern Sicily. So we'll just keep going this way, keep patrolling our way down just to keep the peace, keep people relatively happy. We've got our recruitment, so quartermaster report. We have 2 levies, 2 extra hoplites, so 11 in a unit, still not that much. Might get just maybe 2 more of those hoplites, and then we should be good. Or actually, we could try something else. Tarantine colonist levies, nice and cheap. Those guys actually. And again, from the Peregrini, local troops. Let's get 2 of those. That'll be it then. And then we'll station a TARAS and just stay here and see if we can defend in case they attack. Carthage again, sniffing around. Unseasonal conditions. Let's check that. A harsh winter in Latium. Oh no. Yeah, it's going to be bad for growth and public order. Vastly reduced movement range as well. But we can actually now upgrade Roma, so let's do it. 5 extra food. We are still not taxing, by the way. If we have a look at all of our provinces, we're not taxing Magna Graecia. We're trying to stabilize it and get public order high. So, until we do that and convert the people here, there's no point in taxing them until we make them a bit more happy. But it's just good to know that we have another source of income that we're not using at all yet, so... Let's see, anything else? We have our agent. So we'll just continue around the south of Iberia here.
I serve only Rome.
And then we'll go up through the center.
In Rome's service,
Alright, so I think that's going to have to be it. I was just kind of looking over things and kind of musing on the fact that I should probably get in the habit of ending videos at the beginning of a new turn. I think that way there's more opportunity to do something when a video starts, rather than going like, hey, it's a new video, let's hit that end turn button straight away. It just seems a bit odd. So I'll try to get in a bit of a better habit with that. Anyways, we're pretty much ready to go into northern Italy to do some raiding. We'll hold at the south of Italy in case the Epirotes come over. We need to build a fleet if you want to get over to them, really. I'm not going to cross the strait, no way. And Carthage are sniffing around, so it's all to play for. Alright, it's going to have to be it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.